In this episode of the Pestrogen Podcast, join us as we dive into the world of pest control with Natalie, a seasoned expert who shares her journey from mosquito work to becoming an inspector in the field. Discover the challenges and triumphs of exclusion work, the quirks of pest management in resort areas, and the unexpected adventures that come with the territory. Whether you're dealing with raccoons, bedbugs, or the salty air of coastal regions, Natalie brings humor and insight to the table, making this a must-listen for anyone curious about the pest control industry.
It's time for the Pestrogen Podcast with your hosts, Jenny and Kandyce.
Welcome to another episode of Pestrogen Podcast. My name is Jenny Wilson. I am in the Midwestern region, the good old state of Indiana, and I'm here with my beautiful Kandyce over there in Oregon. How are you, beautiful?
I'm doing good. Lots of stuff, always going somewhere, I swear to God. We had a few things to do today. We had to go to one apartment complex that couple people have been evicted from, so we had to go check their stuff to make sure we didn't have to deal with any part of it. And we have one in that same complex that's supposed to be evicted as of 2 days ago, but he's still there. So the management's dealing with that.
That's fun.
I know. I'm so happy. I will deal with the bugs. You can deal with the larger bugs.
Right.
But at the end of my day, I got to see one of my favorite clients and her awesome dog that's like a 1.5 years old, like German Shepherd mix of some sort. But she's just a blast. Like anytime like I start coming down her driveway, the dog will start barking and she comes running out and she'll bark at my car and raise all kinds of hell. And I step out and then she's like, "Oh my God, friend." And I've given her treats in the past. And because I always have them like in a separate pocket of my rodent bag. So she knows when I grab my rodent bag that she's going to get a treat. Well, I didn't have any on me today. So she's like, looking around like, "Where the hell's my treat, man? I'm sorry. I had to give him to the other dog that was trying to eat me. Go over there."
You failed the puppers.
Yes, I did. And I felt really bad. But she still got the zoomies for me. She has like 5 acres that she gets to run on. But there's like the front half of it is like kind of like a stepped hill. But she'll go running from that and then jump into the driveway. And it's like this long, majestic jump. And it's just funnier than hell. And like she was running so much that Brandon can hear her through my AirPod. He was like,
God.
"What is that noise?" I said, "That's Misha running by." And he's like, "Oh God damn, that dog's so crazy."
That's cute.
Yeah, she's a good dog. How's your week been?
It's been, I don't know, I'm just tired.
It's just weak again.
It is. Just before this podcast started, I started feeling like I'm coming down with a flu or something. So that's probably why the last couple days I've been all like, "Meh."
Probably.
So
yeah, it's that time of the year.
And then I had a lot of commercial stops today, which they're not like hard or anything. It's just like a lot of walking. It's like, gotta check like so many base stations and blah. And I'm just like walking around like, I know I don't feel good. Like, I don't know why, but I don't feel good.
Yeah, it's like, so I started getting that like pressure headache right here underneath my hat. So I kept like pulling on my hat all day. I'm like, God damn it.
I hate that. Yep.
Yeah, as soon as I was done with my last job, I like ripped it off and threw it in my car. I'm like, screw this thing.
Yes, free my brains.
Right?
Bill called me at one point today and was like, your 12 to 2 called and said that she got called into work, but she does need you to come inside the house. So she left it unlocked. And I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, but there's a catch. And I'm like, oh, God, of course there's a catch. He goes, there's 2 dogs in there. And I was like, okay. He's like, she says they're friendly. And I'm like, they always say they're friendly. And then he's like, you don't have to go if you don't want to. And I was like, I'll try.
Yeah.
And so I did. I went and I tried. And as soon as I opened the door, the one was like waving its tail like, "Oh, a friend." And the other one looked at me like, "Who's this bitch?" And as soon as I saw "Who's this bitch," I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. No, like, now had like the dogs had met you previously,
Yeah.
maybe a different situation. Brand new dogs with a brand new person, in their home with
Just-
no mom home? Absolutely not.
Yeah. I opened it immediately to, oh, who's a good dog, and like hoping they'd be like, oh my God, attention.
Yeah.
But the one did, but the other one was like, I eat in the name of mom. Like,
Yeah. See, that was my Doberman experience last week. It was like, I know you're not going to eat me, but you've never met me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We're friends. Just let me get out of your yard.
Yep. So, yeah, I did one less service today because of that.
She should have, like, locked him into a room or something.
Right.
I understand not wanting to have your dogs locked into a room, but at the same time, if you know someone's coming and you need them there, lock them into a room.
Yeah.
Or just reschedule it at that point.
All right. Yeah, because that will not be fun. Without further ado, we do have a guest today.
We do.
Yes. How are you, beautiful Natalie?
I am good. I'm good. I'm tired too. It's been a long day, a long week, and it's only my Tuesday. So, yeah.
You work over the weekend?
I do. We work 7 days a week. So Mondays and Tuesdays are my weekend.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see you wearing
we're in a resort area. So a lot of our houses and they're vacation properties. So we have to go on the turnover. So weekends are a must.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, I do an Airbnb that we have to schedule, make sure nobody's there. And I'm like, I can be there when they're there. I don't care as long as they don't care, because I have nothing inside. Everything can be accessed from the outside. I'm like, if they don't care that I'm there, I don't care. But she's like, well, I'll ask them. Oh, no, they don't want you there. Okay, fine. Then they can deal with the ants they're dealing with then.
Yeah. Well, ours, because I'm on the East Coast of North Carolina. I'm on the Outer Banks. So we are a true resort vacation destination, and lots of property management, lots of Airbnbs and Verbos, and and guests freak out if they see pest control. It's not because we're preventing bugs. They think the house has bugs.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
So we are completely unseen unless there's an issue and they want us there.
Yeah. My daughter stayed at an Airbnb and took a picture of this card on the table and sent it to me. And I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said something about we know we have little black ant friends. Make sure you keep all your sugary stuff away, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you have one of our pens? Leave it there. She didn't have one on her, but I thought it was funny though.
That's great. I actually had my brother last summer text me from a cabin in Tennessee, and he said that pest control showed up while they were staying at the cabin Airbnb, and he's like, are they supposed to show up while I'm here? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's probably an owner or property manager case situation.
Yep. Yeah.
Because we've done 2 different Airbnbs now, and it was always when nobody was there.
Right. That makes sense.
Because just like Natalie said, we need to be unseen.
Yep.
I tried doing that for a lot of places. I have a market deli that I do, which they have no problems. It's that whole preventative. But I got to go back into their kitchen, and the looks on customers' faces when I walk around the corner and then I'm back behind the register, they're like, and I'm like, everything's fine. It's okay. It's good. Because they also have a drive-through too, and through their drive-through window is the hand washing sink. We have a sticky trap underneath there, and so I got to check it. So I always try to stay really low to the ground so they can't see me if somebody's there, or if I was standing there today and I was standing and I was checking it and I heard the ding ding of somebody coming in, so I squatted down really fast.
Impossible to get out of there.
Right.
That's great. Well, Natalie, so how did you get into pest control? How long have you been in pest control?
May will be 15 years. I completely fell into it. So I was doing working for a company doing vector disease control, which is a big fancy word for mosquito control. And I was doing mosquito surveillance for a local county. And I was doing that. It's part-time, obviously only in season for mosquitoes. And I had a business, sold my business. And I'm like, well, crap, now I need a real job. So I answered an ad on Craigslist for an admin position, and the company wasn't listed. So I show up for the interview, and it turns out to be a pest control company. And I'm laughing because the whole story of me even getting into the mosquito surveillance thing was just a comedy in and of itself. And then, so I show up at this pest control company for an office job, and I'm already laughing going, okay, it's pest control, it's bugs. I already know this is going to be a perfect fit. So I went to work in the office, and I'd been there about 3 months, and I'm like, I'm losing my shit. I cannot sit behind a desk and a computer for 8 hours a day. I'm losing my mind, right? So I asked my boss to let me go in the field, and he took one look at me and he started laughing, and he was like, yeah, no, I don't think this job entails what you think it does, and you are not going to want to do this. And I was like, dude, you don't even know me. It's like, I've been here 3 months. Been a tomboy my whole life. I'm like, give me a shot. So he finally agreed after me badgering him. He let me go into the field part-time and stay in the office part-time. And that lasted for a couple of months. And I was like, all right, either you let me go into the field full-time or I'll go somewhere who will. So that was that. I've been in the field ever since. I was a tech for 12. Yeah, I was a tech. I was a tech for 12 years. And now I'm an inspector. I do sales. I'm so used to saying inspector because you never tell anyone you're in sales.
yeah, right. Yeah.
The salesman is a bad thing.
Yeah. So I say, now I just inspect and problem solve.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Well, that's
awesome. That's a new one. Normally it's everybody found their job on Indeed. It's always Indeed.
I'm old.
But yeah, with it starting, you starting 15 years ago. Yeah, Craigslist.
It was Craigslist.
But like now it's like anything on Craigslist is like, oh, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this going to be somebody that like shows up and murders me? And I am a firm believer that office people at a pest company need to go into the field.
Oh, I've
like,
always
it doesn't need to be all the time. It doesn't even need to be like a half and half situation, but they need to go into the field to see what the techs are doing so they can better understand everything and do a better job, talking to people.
Techs need to spend some time in the office to see what you'll have to do.
Yes.
I'm a big supporter of cross training.
Yes.
Right.
Well, and then it helps in the long run too. You have a tech that doesn't have a whole lot of work for a day. One of your office people called out, hey, you want to just work in the office for today?
Right.
Or they're not feeling too well.
I want to stay home.
Right.
Right.
That's like, since I've been at Trio, I've almost been here 6 months now. And so when I was with the big box I was with, you don't really get to spend a lot of time in the office because, it's high volume. We've got 3 office ladies, and usually they're taking calls like on a headset or whatever, or picking up the phone. Well, here at Trio, they a lot of times have the calls on speakerphone. So I've actually gotten to listen into a lot of calls, and I'm just like sitting here like, holy shit. Listen to what they had to deal with. Like, hey, I got some bugs. And it's just like, oh my God.
I got them there bugs.
That sounds so frustrating sometimes. So
I remember you telling me one time, and I don't think it was at Trio, I don't remember, that you overheard the CSR telling the person whatever, and you're going, no, we can't do that. No.
Yep.
That happens a lot.
Oh yeah, they'll come out and they'll wave their magic wand and poof, everything will disappear.
And it's just like,
no,
don't say that. Yeah. And like, that goes for the same with like a sales team that doesn't know what they're talking about too. It's like,
yes.
Why would you tell them that Niban works better in the rain?
Yes. The Segway bitch, as you called them last week.
Yeah, I always hesitate telling other people in the industry that I'm in sales too, because nobody likes the salespeople. And I'm like, I don't know. It's here, at least where we are, like there is no like door-to-door salesman. We don't go door knocking and saying, hey, let me get rid of your bugs.
Right. Yeah.
It's people call in, or if, we know people or whatever, we go out, we do an inspection, see what the property needs, and then sell to the needs of the property. It's not, so yes, I'm selling, but I know what I'm selling.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like even the previous big box company I worked for, one of our main sales folk, he had worked at that location for like many, many years, and his dad worked there too. So the amount of knowledge he had was immense. Whereas the people that give sales a bad rep are like the 18-year-olds they pull off the street and say like, memorize this script.
Right. Make all these empty
Somebody
promises.
who's like a dog on a bone in sales in another industry. Yeah, you can sell something, but if you come in and you have no clue anything about pest control, how it works, how to treat what, and you're just going out and selling a service and you don't even know what that service entails or if it even is the right service, you're
Yeah.
not doing anybody any
I'm going to
favors.
sell you a roach clean out for your bed bugs.
Right?
What? I came here for roaches. I don't have roaches. I don't know what to tell you now.
Right. Yep. So the reason not the reason, like I've always wanted to talk to Natalie, but she made a post on PCHD that was hilarious and caught me and Kandyce's eye. You want to tell us a little bit about that post, Natalie?
So the post was a picture of this horrendous exclusion work that I stumbled upon that I don't have a clue who did it. It could have been a handyman, a maintenance man, a homeowner, the guy sleeping in the carport. I don't know.
Right.
It could have been anybody. But I stumbled upon this quote unquote exclusion or attempt at exclusion that I loved the comment somebody said, well, the bears aren't getting in because that's about all it would keep out. But my comment on it when I posted it was, if you squint, it's mint, because, it's one of those things. If you really look at it, it's like, oh my God, what were they thinking? But, if you squint, it's like, you know what? That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Top notch.
And we do a lot of exclusion because we've got major rat issues here. We have roof rats like insane. So we do a lot of exclusion work. So we see a lot of failed exclusion work. So my eye is automatically drawn to it. I mean, I had literally just like rolled up to this parking lot to sit and find a quiet spot to eat my lunch. And I was like, what is that?
That just makes it even better. You weren't even looking for it.
No.
And it was just like, look at me. Or better yet, just squint at me. And then you'll just be like, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
It made me squint hard enough that I got out of the car and walked around looking at the rest of it. Like, oh my gosh.
Do you get like that migraine behind the eye from squinting too much? Twitch eye?
Right.
What the hell?
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
We had one of those recently that literally became a if you squint, it's mint. We got called to it was a house that whoever bought it turned it into 2 apartments, like lower and upper. We got called there, gave the guy our bid and everything, but we told him because it's literally probably like a 3-foot hole in the foundation, in the concrete foundation, just gone. And we're like, okay, for one, there's a whole ass hole here. I'm like, I'm not a contractor. I cannot fix that. I can throw some hardware cloth over it to exclude it, but this needs to be structurally sound and fixed properly. Like, we can fix it for now, but it needs to be done right. So we sent him, before pictures, we sent him after pictures. When we were trying to finish tacking in the hardware cloth, like around the corner, like my husband put his drill on the foundation and it crumbled. Didn't even push. It crumbled. So we're like, that's not going to work. So we had to improvise really, really fast and essentially just hold it on with expanding foam. So yes, it looked like absolute garbage. And we sent him pictures and told him, hey, this is what we could do for now. We will fix it, whatever. By the time we got back to fix it, his contractor came to fix it. He ripped our hardware cloth down, and on the front half of the hole, because like I said, it goes like around the corner a little bit, the front half, he ripped the hardware cloth down there and put siding over it, but still left like a hole that was, I don't know, 6 inches big.
Oh.
Like where the foundation met the deck. Because it's just like, well, it's not a deck. It's, the front steps. And because we had our hardware cloth wrapped around it to cover it. No, he took it all down, and there's like still this hole there, but then left the hardware cloth going down the side because, well, you can't see that from the road. So yeah, we took pictures of it again from the outside and inside, and because the crawl space is literally a stand space by that point. You can stand up in there. It's great. But yeah, and send it to the owner. We're like, what the hell is this? This is still not structurally sound. There's no structure. He literally just took random siding. It doesn't even match the building. The building is yellow. The siding he put on is blue. It's not like it's just a shade off. No. We're like, what the hell is this? And then he screwed it up. So rodents are still getting in here. Good job. But yeah, it's like, if you drove by it and you didn't know what you were looking at, yes, you're fine. It looks fine. Whatever. Besides the fact that siding is down to the ground. But you're fine. But yeah, once you actually go up to it, you're going, what the fuck is this?
Like, how tall was the hole? So it was like...
It was like, like all the way around. It was probably about 3 feet wide and, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 feet tall. Like, it was a whole ass hole. Like, we could have just slid through into the crawl space right there, easily. Like, it was insane. I know, like, because when you park, we came from the opposite way of it. We parked, we're dealing with the lady upstairs because she could hear rodents in the attic. Okay. So we go to inspect and we walk around that corner and I was like, hello, where's the building? Why is there no foundation
Did somebody
here?
Try to knock out, like, to make a crawl access? Like, what in the world?
I don't know. Like, because, like, when you go around the building, there's a crawl space door there, and it's probably a good 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide. So it's just like the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole crawl space door there that we had to fix because it's technically too small for the access. But I'm like, what is this garbage? Like, goddamn, fix this.
Right.
Jeez.
Like, I would hate to be on that first floor and be in that corner of the house because there's literally nothing there at that corner. There's the siding, about a foot of, the concrete foundation, a hole, and then about another foot of concrete foundation and then the drop into the crawl space.
Sheesh.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy because I was like, I have never seen something like this. Like, what the hell? But watching that part just crumble away at just pushing on it with the drill bit, didn't even push in, just tapped it with the drill bit and it crumbled around it. We're going, oh, okay, that's probably what happened.
That's not good.
Yeah, it like turned to sand. It was insane. Because, well, just like you, Natalie, I am just on the Pacific coast. Like, literally on the coast. We were 8 miles off of the Pacific Ocean. So we have the very salty air and all that fun shit that does disintegrate stuff, but I didn't think it would disintegrate a whole ass foundation.
That's what we find here with exclusion work because we are on the ocean. Like, we are literally a barrier island. Everything corrodes. So when your exclusion materials, you got to use something that's not going to rust and fall apart because then, like you go inland, you can use steel wool to keep here you put some steel wool in about a month and a half, it's going to crumble. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rough.
Yeah. We have people from more inland in Oregon, and they'll come over here and they're like, oh yeah, I just stuffed this hole with steel wool, but I think they pulled it all out. No. It disintegrated. Do you not feel the salty air? It does not last here. Just like that copper mesh, the stuff it copper mesh. Can't use it here. It disintegrates.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
so
wild to me.
Yeah.
Hardware cloth here. It'll last a few years.
Yeah.
But eventually hardware cloth it rusts, it gets brittle. It's, so we don't do that either.
Yeah, ours is the same. We do like the galvanized steel because then we do get, because my company's been open for 4 years now and we have like exclusion work that we did at the very beginning of that and it's still there and it's not even rusted. So we're okay there on that one. But even like the pop-in vent screens that have like the built-in hardware cloth mesh, those will start to rust like
Oh, yeah.
brand new homes, and they're rusted in like 6 months. I'm like, what is this garbage?
Yeah, we use we call it shadow cloth. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but it's from AAC Distributing. It's their flat stock. It's the same stuff that they make like their Ridge Guard and everything out of, but they'd sell it in flat stock so that we
That's
can cut it.
awesome.
We use a metal brake so we can bend it and cut it and make it fit right where we need it to. And it's powder coated,
Nice.
so it doesn't rust.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's crazy, Jenny. Like when Tate was talking about like he got that thing of Stuff It and he was so excited and everybody should use this. I'm like, I'm happy you enjoy it because I sure the fuck can't use it. He's like, well, why not? Because it won't be there in like less than a year.
Yeah.
Because y'all are salty.
Yeah, you bitches.
That's great. Well, I've got plenty of corn for you guys. I'm in the middle of all corn. That's great.
You bring the corn, we bring the salt. We just need somebody to bring the butter for us.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly.
We good to go.
I was trying to think of a region that would be buttery, but I don't know.
Well, probably
Okay.
like what, Wisconsin? Because they have all the cows,
Cheese.
cheese,
All the cows,
butter.
yeah.
Yeah.
There.
All right, we got to find somebody from Wisconsin. We need a cheese head. Not a cheese bag. We need a cheese head.
Cheese bags are cool too.
Yes.
Kandyce, there for a
Yes.
second you were drinking from an object.
I was. This
Mhm.
is from SpenglerArt.com. Don't mind that it got messy. These are their new 15-ounce ceramic mugs. And like I said on the last one, these handles are huge. Look at that. Bam.
That's
I get
nice.
to put my whole hand in there. I hate the little tiny handles because then you got to like 2-finger it or this, like this. And then you get like the weird pinky up when you're don't have to do it with these.
You're not fancy.
Yeah, I don't have to be fancy. But
Yes.
this one is, whatever.
Cute.
It's a Pestrogen Podcast one. That's me and
Yeah.
Jenny as mice. And then
We're
she did the
mices.
rest of it. It's beautiful. They did
Sweet.
awesome work on it. Oh, I forgot I had a blur on. That's why it's messing up.
I was going to say.
My bad. But they also do their tumblers, as
The
everybody
tumblers.
knows.
This
More
is one I
tumblers.
designed for my boss. Mine keeps disappearing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Stainless steel rubber bottom. I almost threw it.
Don't throw. Bill's going to beat you up. You
I know.
throw
I'm
his
trying
stuff.
not- I know.
These are from SpenglerArt.com. Go find something. Leanne does amazing, as Tony called it, foo-foo items. Because she did this really cool tumbler that, and I think she does like different sized ones too, not just the cylinder ones, but like has like a bunch of like the diamond gemstones in a really cool pattern. And she did it all by hand, placed every stinking one of those. Good on her. But yeah, they had posted it and I said it was fancy. And then he replied with, yeah, she does foo-foo items. I'm like, well, she goddamn good at it.
Yes,
Because she does very, very girly things. And then she does lots of holiday ones too. There was a lot of Halloween stuff. The Christmas stuff is starting to come out. They do all kinds of different things. She does like pen toppers and pens themselves and wraps them in the diamonds. And it's awesome stuff. And they do it all by hand, by themselves. It's Tony and Leanne. They do it all. They're awesome. So it's SpenglerArt.com. Go find you a tumbler, a ceramic mug. Talk to them. They can help you decide what you want on it. Something they already have pre-done. Or something that you want for yourself to make it special.
Yes.
So go
Special.
get you something.
Yes. Now, Natalie.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring you guys. My teenager
No,
calling me.
No, you're fine.
you're
Like,
fine.
hey, I have the only teenager in the world that calls instead of texts or snaps.
She actually
adorable.
called me yesterday, my oldest, and it scared the hell out of me because usually if she calls, something serious is happening. She wanted to make sure I picked up heavy whipping cream. I'm like, you couldn't text me and ask me that?
My I'll call, and if I don't answer the phone for one of them, then they'll go down the line. Then, well, you call mom. So then the next one will call me, and then the phone. Then whoever I finally answer the phone for, then they're like, "See, mom loves me. Mom loves me more." Yeah.
It's not that mom was busy or anything.
Right?
Right.
Because mom clearly has nothing to do but
Right.
get their beck and call. Right?
Yes, they think that. I swear to God, they think that sometimes.
Speaking of, how many kids do you have?
I have 4 boys, 14 to 26, and a new grandbaby that's 7 weeks old. And
Oh,
That's so
and it's a
cute.
grandson as well?
yes.
You just in a house of testosterone,
We don't know how to make anything but boys.
I guess.
So cute. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's just the opposite with Jenny. She's got 2 girls, so her
Yep.
husband lives in a house of estrogen.
But I grew up with all brothers, so
Yes.
it was my
So it's your turn.
exact. I was
Yeah, my oldest actually worked with me for a while before he got smart and had his own career.
That's
But
cute.
he worked with me for a while. He wasn't 18 yet, so he couldn't get his RT, but we did a lot. He and I did all the crawl space clean outs. So he
Nice.
could do that. He just couldn't apply.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah,
Aw.
he worked with me for a couple of seasons, and
Cute. What's he do now?
he is a civilian contractor for the Navy.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Dang.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's like complete opposite direction.
Yes, he was smart.
That's cute. Aw. Love it. Do you feel like it was hard working in pest control to have kids? Like, do you think your career got in the way at all? Did you work long days?
Well, when I worked for the previous company that I worked for, loved them, loved the company. I'm still great friends with the owner, and I haven't worked for him since 2017. I had built, this is when I was a tech, I had built my route so large that I was literally working 10 to 12-hour days, 6 to 7 days a week, 7 days a week in season, 6 days a week in the off season, 10 to 12-hour days.
Ooh.
And I was like, I can't do this.
Right.
I was missing so much. And I couldn't figure out how to, like, because they were all my customers. So I couldn't say, like, okay, well, you take these or you take these and kind of sparse them out. That is literally the reason that I left, because I couldn't
Decide.
or nothing. I couldn't pick and choose.
Yeah.
And when they hired 2 full-time and a part-time to take over my route.
That's epic.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
But now, one, my role is different because, I'm in sales now. So I don't have 15 to 20 stops a day. So my time management is much different.
Yeah.
But plus just the culture is different in the company that I'm with now. We're very, very, very family oriented. And, if anybody needs to, hey, I need to be done at 2 today because my kid's got a game. Okay, cool. See ya. Like,
Right.
That's awesome.
I love that. Cute.
That's what I enjoy about being able to make my own schedule is, as we were talking about prior to starting recording, my son's a wrestler. So like every weekend after like starting the first weekend of December until like, I think February, like every weekend he's got a tournament. And then like almost every Wednesday he's got a duel, so that it's like his school against one other school. So that's a lot of, and those tournaments last for days sometimes. Sometimes they're
Oh.
like Friday and Saturday, and they're all day long. It's not just like, oh, it's an hour game and then you're done. No, it's all day long.
Yep. Yeah. Older boys wrestled, and my oldest wrestled like the local league, and then he also wrestled AAU. So
Yeah.
we did travel too.
Oh, wow.
So the older 2 wrestled, my younger 2 never got into wrestling, which I was kind of sad. I really enjoyed wrestling because it's true individual sport.
It really
Mhm.
is.
But my younger boys both do football, basketball, and track. So
Nice.
we stay busy year round.
I bet.
And then Jenny's oldest is also now a wrestler
Yeah. We're in
And-
the
and playing
Maybe.
or doing archery.
Yes. Last practice, she was like, I don't know if I want to do this, but I think it was more because she just wanted to stay home and relax. But yeah, she's in 5th grade. So,
Yeah.
but
What
Did-
my deal with my boys was, I will never sign you up for a sport or anything that you don't want to do. But if you say you want to do it, you're committed for the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can be done at the end of the season and never do it again.
Yep.
But if you make that commitment, it's a commitment to your team. So
Yep.
You're stuck for the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how my youngest was 8th grade football, because he played 7th grade football and absolutely loved it. 8th grade football came and he got like, before even the first game, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like the new coach. No. Which the new coach is now his wrestling coach, who he loves. So I don't know how that works. But he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate football, blah, blah, blah. I'm quitting. I said, no, you're not. I said, you made the commitment to your team. You're saying, well, I'm not even playing. I'm not even a starter. I don't give a damn. It's 8th grade. Everybody plays.
Right?
At one point, you're going to play in every game. I don't care that you're not a starter. They still need you. You're here. And he hasn't played. He's in 10th grade now. He hasn't played football since. I ask him every year, you want to play football this year? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you wrestling this year? Yes. Okay.
Exactly. So Natalie, do you have any other exclusion stories or Squint it's mint moments?
Okay, so this isn't a Squint it's mint, but I actually ran across this today.
Oh, it's fresh.
We did a bat exclusion 2 years ago. This house has these huge gable end vents. They're the bottom of the gable of the vent is easily 6 foot.
Oh, wow.
They're huge vents. So in that scenario, we did just the hardware cloth, the whole vents. I hate to say, not a particularly nice house. So we didn't need it to necessarily look really pretty. I mean, it still looks good. I mean, it's cut nice, but we didn't need to be fancy. But we needed to get the bats out. We got the bats out. We kept the bats out until a raccoon was very, very determined, and nobody told us about the raccoon. We're a rural area, and folks around here pretty much, if they can take care of it, they do. Raccoon they could handle. They couldn't handle the bat. They could handle the raccoon. So they took care of the raccoon. But in the process of that, the raccoon bent the hardware cloth just enough at the top of it, just enough of a lip. Bats don't need much.
Yeah.
So I was next door to that house today doing an inspection for rats, which I ended up finding a huge leak in the crawl space. So I'm over, these two houses share a well pump. So I had to go turn their water off because called the owner of the house. Plumber couldn't get there until late in the afternoon. It's early morning. There's literally a river of water flowing out from under this house. So I went and turned their water off. And the tenants from the bat house came out and they were like, hey, all excited to see me and everything. They're like, by the way, the bats are back. And I was like, what? I was like, they're like, well, last year we had a raccoon. I'm like, well, nobody told me you had a raccoon.
Right.
We don't do normal, we're not there for regular service throughout the year. We took care of the bats and that was that. So I haven't been back to that house in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And so, told me the whole raccoon story. And I'm looking and I see just at the top of the hardware cloth, just a little bend in it, just enough. So now we get to, evict the bats again.
Go fix it again.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, if you squint, because I had to almost squint to see where it was bent enough for them to, I'm like, how did they get in there? Because, and it's up, the house is on pylons. So it's up a good, probably 30 to 36 feet in the air.
Oh, fun.
So I'm standing on the ground looking up and I'm like, but how? So then I got my binoculars because I didn't have I have a 13-foot ladder in my car, but that's not going to get me very far. So I grabbed my binoculars and looked and I was like, oh, yep. I see exactly how they got it.
Yep.
Pesky little raccoon.
Yeah. They love it.
Do you have any exclusion stories, Jenny?
So the very first company that got me into pest control was what we call in the PCHD world a Donnie and Marie, okay, which is like the big Utah companies. Well, anyway, they didn't do real exclusion work. All they did was take silicone caulking and they'd put copper mesh and put silicone caulking like around AC voids or small dime size to a quarter holes, whatever. Well, they charged people $130 to do that.
Jesus.
It didn't matter if it was a hole this little or whatever. So it was like an add-on, which I get that exclusion work should cost more, right? But we didn't do actual like exclusion work. We didn't do any kind of whatever. Anyway, they would it was the type of company that hires warm bodies and throws them out there. Well, I kept going, and then I was promoted to like a team lead role, and I would go behind other technicians and I would see these like awful, like, for one, we don't even do like real exclusion stuff. We're just sealing one little hole, like nothing big at all. But the worst drippy silicone, like, and they charged people $130 for that. But it looked awful. It got to the point where I was getting so many of them that I was taking pictures and sending them to my husband after it and just being like, oh, here's another one. But, yeah, so those, like, I guess most of those were actually sealed, but they looked awful.
Yeah, it works, but it's just not pretty.
It's like somebody who had just gotten introduced to what caulking is.
Right. You got a little excited.
Have you guys seen the rodent stop foam?
I have.
It's the black foam. So we made our mistakes when we first started doing exclusion, and trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. We made our mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
And we tried that rodent stop foam, and oh my gosh, we didn't try it for very long.
No.
Because number one, rats just chewed through it. Number two, it looks like shit. I mean, it looks like, especially once it gets a little bit of age on it, it's no longer black. It gets almost like a brown color. It literally looks like a glob of shit. Like every day. It's just like, sometimes I go back to, because we warranty our exclusion work. We do a craftsmanship warranty, and and I go back and look at the houses that we did several years ago that we used that stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
We found this stuff, I can't remember the exact name of it, but we just call it rodent tape because it's like this black sticky tar, and it's double-sided, but in between it has hardware cloth. And so you can like form it around things, and we have used it numerous times. It's not horrible, but it's not the best either, because like it will start to peel itself away. So you have like the part that's stuck to the building, the hardware cloth, and then the front piece starts to peel away. So you just have like this exposed hardware cloth. So I keep like putting it back. I'm like, stop it.
So now, wait, you said it's like double-sided. So is it sticky on the outside too?
Yes.
So how does
I
it
don't
not
know.
collect gross?
Well, maybe it's not double-sided then. Let me think. Hold on. I haven't used it freaking forever, and mainly it's been my husband using it. No, it's not double-sided. It's just one-sided. The outside of it can be painted. That's what it was. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it is called rodent tape, or it's rodent X or something. I'll eventually find it. But it's not horrible. Like I said, it's not horrible. But especially if you just need it for like, hey, let me just patch this really quick and I'll be back to fix it better. But yeah, we have it on an apartment building, and it's doing its job. There have been no rodents in there for over a year now. It's just not the best looking thing.
Right.
Like that rodent stop foam.
Yeah.
It's expanding foam. It's just in black. That's all it is.
Well, it supposedly has like the little metal flakes or whatever in it that they're not supposed to be able to see through, but they do.
That's what it is.
He wants to make sure everybody sees him.
Oh, he's such a pretty kitty. Oh,
Yeah,
he says, "Mom, pet me."
Yeah, it's Medic's rat tape proofing tape. Oh, god damn it. Of course the goddamn blur's going again.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, though.
There you go.
I want
Anyways,
to try that out.
but
Yeah.
like I said, it's not horrendous, but it's not the best thing either.
Yeah.
Like
That's
we put it in that same apartment complex in their laundry room.
Yeah.
We had multiple, like it's like when we first got the apartment complex, we had multiple of the tenants showing us video of rodents climbing up out of like the washer drain down. Now there's no crawl space at that building, so we're like, how the fuck are they getting in there? And we're like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, like where the washers drain out, the rodents were crawling out of that. So we were taking pieces of that and wrapping it around. So the hose is still there. Everything is still fine. You know, no screws, no nothing, you know, no foam going down the drain. And it worked. It kept all the rodents out. But then they redid the laundry room and took it all off. And, well, I haven't had any rodents. So let's hope that it stays that way.
Yeah.
Or else it's getting taped up again.
You're right.
Because it really
That's
did work. It just wasn't the best looking thing. And once again, I had to keep like every month when we'd go there, I'd have to like push it down. I don't know if that top piece is supposed to come off.
Yeah.
But like every place that I've had, even on a flat surface, it starts to peel off. So I don't know. But it says it's like the outer piece, like once it's there, blah, 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 you can paint it to match your house. And I'm going, if your house is white, then this stuff is black. I don't know how well that's going to work, but okay.
And
We'll
if
go
you
with it.
paint and then it lifts.
Right.
No, I don't know.
That's
I always tell
great.
people, I'm like, paint it, don't paint it, leave it. I don't care. We'll fix it
Right.
later if you want us to. But
Yeah.
I haven't had anybody like bitch and moan and complain about it. Like I said, we also don't use it a whole hell of a lot. It's
Right.
literally one of those real quick, or if like I don't have like any hardware cloth on me or something, I'm like, hey, I can use this really quick because it's small enough to fit. And
Yeah.
I go, oh, okay, that works.
Right. Yeah.
You know, my new favorite one has been that cement patch that I showed you, Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really does work. Like I was at that one where I showed you like where I had to fill in, and it was a deep hole, so I had to like kind of like layer it into it.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's just like plaster you would use to like fix a hole in your drywall, except when it dries, it's cement.
Yeah.
And the one that we have has like little fiber filaments in it as
Ooh.
well, so it holds to itself a little bit better. So that one I didn't have to like try to backfill all the way forward. I just like did it a little bit and then in front of that and then on top of that, and then and it worked. It's nice and filled and it's up, and I was worried about it kind of like sloughing off as it dried.
Right.
But it didn't. It's all the way up there, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the hugest hole, but it worked. And it was at the building with like the 3-foot hole in the foundation. I got to fill an itty bitty tiny hole.
There you go.
I don't think it was, necessarily needed, but
Right.
it
Well,
worked.
all the time. So we will only do exclusion if we are pretty certain that we can wholly exclude, if we can exclude it all.
Mm-hmm.
If there's, a big issue here is because it's all sand. So like slab foundations, you get erosion under the slab. Rats will go right up under that slab and then come up around the plumbing penetrations.
Yep.
So we don't touch those as far as exclusion because contractor, I'm not a mason. I'm not coming in there,
Right.
So if we can't exclude it all, we won't even do exclusion unless we have a customer that's like, adamant they want just these holes sealed up. And then we have a disclaimer that this is not a complete exclusion. We cannot guarantee that rodents are not still going to get in. So, we're really particular about what exclusion jobs we even take because the rats are so bad here that, it's a huge issue and nightmare. And if you say you've excluded and then people still get rats, then they're pissed at you.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You didn't do your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only do it if we know we all.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had to turn away because we have a lot of, like mobile homes and all that crap here.
Yeah.
And for one, like when they put them in, like the skirting doesn't go all the way down or it goes just to the top. And it's like, we're also on sand, like everywhere around us is sand dunes. So it'll start to erode away and it's like just that little dip and they're in. And I'm going, you need this fixed, but not by me.
Right?
Yep.
Like,
That's
I can patch it, but this is putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Or if they have the vinyl skirt. Like,
yes.
Rats can just chew through that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do. I can't stop them from chewing through the vinyl.
Yeah.
Right.
We had one, this lady wanted us, she was having rodents, and she really did. They were literally chewing up her carpet.
Mhm.
Like, there was chunks of her carpet just gone.
Yeah.
But we found a bunch of holes, and she had the vinyl skirting, and so, we can, some of it had pulled apart, we can fix this here, we can put stations here. This is not a complete exclusion because we can't get a contractor out here, get somebody to fix this, and it'll work a lot better. Let us know. We can come with them, make sure, what we need done, they're actually doing. This is our price for us doing it. Well, my husband called her the next day and was like, oh, did you get the invoice? What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, I'm going with an older gentleman because he has more experience and he's cheaper. Goodbye. And we're like, thank God, because I didn't want to do it anyways.
Goodbye.
But it was really great because like 2 houses up from hers, I do the service there, and we had they originally called us for rodents, and we took care of them, and now they're on an every other month service. And she's like, I've talked to her. I've told her that you guys are great. I don't know why she's acting that way. I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I said, because I don't need people like that. I don't have to take everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to take everybody. I'm like, she wants to do it for cheaper. We can already see that she has done it for cheaper with a different local company that her daughter, I guess, bitched out or something. And she was telling us that. I'm like, man, if she comes at me bitching, I'm swinging because I'm not playing.
Right? That's great.
I don't play. Like, let me do my work. Shut up.
Right. It's funny because I had just had a conversation with my boss, I think yesterday, of a recent situation where we have had this client for a while for quarterly to follow up on rodents. And usually if I come to a quarterly where there was rodents, it's more like just observing if there's any new activity or anywhere else I think there could come in or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I go into the attic with the guy and he goes, and I'm like, yeah, there's definitely tunneling in the insulation. And he goes, well, after I got this service and stuff, I replaced all the poo and pee filled insulation and stuff. Like, this shouldn't be happening. And I'm thinking like, well, you didn't fix anything we told you to fix that we don't, so like.
So you spent all that money for new insulation and didn't solve the problem.
But you didn't fix any of the ways we told you they're coming in. But we have you. Yes, and we've told you what to do, and you're not listening because we're not contractors. Like, I can't fix your roof for you. Like, in his case, it was a roof issue, and then other, siding issues, an 1.5-inch gap around the siding where they can just like, boop.
No, and people think too that if you have the exterior bait stations, that they're never going to see a rodent.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It is population control. It does not eradicate.
No. So like, I'll catch them in because we'll do bait and snap traps inside of our Evos, and which some techs think that's like the stupidest thing in the world. I'm like, why not? Well, because the trap only catches one. Yeah, but the bait's still there. The rodenticide is still there.
Right.
Plus, especially if you catch a mouse and you're wondering if there's a rat issue going on, they'll come and start eating that mouse.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. Now I know.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, people will be like, they're like, well, you're catching them on the outside. Does I need to be worried for inside? I'm like, no, everything's sealed up. Have you seen anything in here? Any droppings? Any actual rodents inside? No? Okay, outside is outside.
Right.
Crawl space is too close. Inside is an absolute no.
Right.
That's my situation here. If they're outside and I'm catching them or they're eating rodenticide, cool. That's where they live.
Right.
They live outside. They're
Yep.
going to run your foundation. They're going to see if there's a hole to get into. But as long as we keep up on it, on the exclusion, we make sure no new holes happen. Because, well, like you said, Natalie, shitty roads, stuff rust, holes happen. They push on that rusted wire just a little too much and it pops open. In
Yep.
they go.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's fine if they're outside. That's where they live. It's okay. Like, or getting the call back for the ants in my driveway. Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's where they are.
No, my favorite is the call back for the dead bug.
Oh,
I
yeah.
yeah.
Kill it more than it already is. Like,
I'm
what?
seeing dead bugs. Yeah? That's what you wanted, right? I'm not your maid. Go clean them.
Yep. I've
Yeah,
gotten that recently. Like,
of course you have.
you guys clean it, right? And I'm like, what?
We're pest control, not pest clean.
I was gonna say, like, I will
With bed bug inspections because
yeah.
again, resort area, we do a lot of work. And I get the same thing for bed bug inspections. They want me to go out and to inspect. And, number one, they want to know why it's taking me so long. Like, because I take the furniture down to the bare frame. Because if not, I'm not looking for bed bugs if I'm not doing that. And, I will put the beds back together. I'll put the mattresses back on. I'm not putting your linens back on.
No.
That is not,
right.
I am not your house cleaner.
Nope.
And how are you supposed to look at it without taking that off, right? Like,
I get calls all the time, and it'll be a property manager that says, hey, the last guest that just left complained, said they think there's bed bugs, but we have new guests in there already. Can you just go in and just act like it's a routine inspection? There is nothing routine about me tearing the furniture completely apart, taking the mattresses off the box springs, moving the headboards off the walls, pulling the dresser drawers out. Like,
no.
Right, without just not doing a good inspection. Yeah. It would just be for show, essentially.
Yeah, well, because as soon as you go to a bed as you're inspecting, their first thought is bed bugs.
Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're there looking actually for anything else. I did that today. Dude was complaining. He said he had dust mites. It was actually book lice. But I started looking at his bed because he said he had seen some on his bedside table. So I'm looking and looking. And he's like, do I have bed bugs? I'm like, no. Because he had just washed like his mattress cover. So his bed was already stripped. So that was great.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm like, no, I'm looking for what you're complaining of. Just because it's the bed does not mean it's a bed bug.
Right. I have had an account. It was a assisted living facility where supposedly a bed bug was found in like a commons area, like just like a seating area. But nobody could produce us a bug. Our inspector had went out and ripped everything apart, couldn't find anything. And then, the STNAs all like threatened to quit if we didn't come back in and check again. So when I showed up, the inspector even said, like, just pretend you're looking, because, like, dude, like, so, and then when I got there, the head of maintenance was just like, just put on a show for them. And I'm just like, doop-de-doop-de-doo.
Oh, look at this thing. Oh, yeah. Look under this book and okay, everything looks great.
We've already had 4 people look for this, so I'm not gonna rack my brain over it.
Yeah. It gets crazy sometimes. I love when you go to look for bed bugs and they're like, oh no, we don't have any. But I keep getting bit every time I sit in my chair.
It's in the chair, not a bed bug, right?
Yeah, it's a chair bug then.
Chair bug.
It's a chair bug. Oh, I've had that with people. They're like, because we found them, like in the dresser drawers and everything. They're like, well, that's not bed bugs. That's just dirt. Dirt doesn't move. What are we doing?
Right?
Look. Now, we were looking at one, and Brandon said it was like the worst one he had ever been in. Now, by this time, he had already had like 6 or 7 years under his belt. And he moves this mattress, and they like all like turn to look at him. And he's like, what the hell? Like, he saw them turn. I wasn't standing over there because he's like, you stay over there. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue. But he had realized that he had cut his arm open on something. So he had blood dripping down his arm. And that was like the arm, because he had his gloves on, but that was like the arm like on the top of the mattress. And they had all just, and he's like, jumped back and he grabbed, I think it was that. It might have been gauze or something, but we didn't have anything to like any athletic tape or anything. He literally used his painter's tape to wrap his arm with it. He was like, nope. He's like, that is my fear. No, I hate shit that sucks blood.
Oh my God.
Fair. Not a
Yeah.
fan.
No. Yeah, every time we see mattresses sitting outside, is it just like a natural thing for you guys now to just be like, bed
Yeah.
bugs? This got
Yep.
bed bugs. It's outside, it's got bed bugs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see him outside at our apartment complexes, and we're like, fuck.
I have been to a pest control conference at a hotel, like probably 75 to 100 other pest control companies there, and multiple of us found bed bugs in our rooms.
Ooh. Weren't we talking about that on an episode,
We
Jenny?
did. We
Okay,
said
I thought so.
with Alec.
Yeah,
Alex
that's
said it.
yeah.
He's like, man, how like nervous do hotels have to be when like
Or the
right?
pest control for that hotel. Like, it was like the big green tea. They're like, oh my God, are all these small companies going to find something that I didn't see?
Fuck yeah, they are.
Because we look, goddammit.
Yeah, we're looking for it.
Oh, yeah.
Cheese stock, Kandyce.
Yes.
When my first time in Indianapolis, I tore that fucking room apart, didn't find anything, went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and there was a bed bug crawling across the bathroom floor.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. But it wasn't anywhere else. I never brought him home or nothing.
Oh, that's creepy. Ooh.
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
It was so, like, that's like everybody's first thing now is when you go into a hotel, you rip that shit apart. Make sure.
And everywhere I go, because I don't care if I'm staying at my grandmother's house.
Yep.
My car, I come in, I inspect, and then I bring my stuff in.
Yep. But yeah, when we got to cheese stock and everything, because we got there early, so Jack took us out for breakfast, lunch, and then like we were able to finally check in. Now we were dead ass tired because we had taken the red eye flight. Couldn't get any sleep on either of the flights. I think we got like a grand total of maybe an hour. And, you know, we left Portland at midnight our time, didn't get into Indianapolis until like 11 your time. So
Ooh.
it was a very long, long day. But like we go in and we're like, oh God, we have to inspect this. Oh God, I'm so goddamn tired though. But we still did, like, us together. We're like holding up the mattress just barely, like, oh God. So we got it all inspected, went and grabbed our stuff out of Jack's car, and then, like, brought it in, and you could just, like, see, like, as we were coming in, because you had one of the, like, the kitchenette rooms and everything, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, like, our shoes and socks were by the kitchenette, pants were a little bit farther in.
A little trail
we, like,
to the
stripped
bed.
as we got in there. We're like, oh, my God.
Yep.
And then I had to
Fair.
remember to set an alarm so we could go out to dinner. Oh, my God, it was insane. But yeah, it's like, even my kids now, they're like, because like Jude goes, you know, wrestling, and they stay in hotels and stuff sometimes. And it's usually they'll have like two double beds per room. So then it'll be 4 boys per room. Jude's like, absolutely not. We're checking these beds first. And the kids will be like, why? Do you want bed bugs?
Right?
No, I'll even send him with like my ArcLight Pro that has the UV light on it. Because we've shown him how they look in a UV light. Even their eggs and stuff, how they shine and how it's different from like a piece of lint. And so, yeah, he can inspect really quick now, and he does a pretty good job for being 15.
That's awesome.
Have you ever used the True Detects, the bed bug testing kits?
Mm-mm.
So I have, and it was more of a novelty. Like, I don't believe in this whatsoever, but, you know, we got them. I'm going to try it and see, you know, how it goes. And I tried. Supposedly they can detect bed bug activity for like the past 90 days. So I use them, like, I tested them in places that I knew for sure, like, okay, I've inspected this top to bottom. Like, there is no bed bug activity here. And never had a false positive. I tested them on places like, okay, I know there's bed bug activity here. So I like would test like the furniture that I knew had bed bugs on it. I've used it in like couches, especially like mine, the back cushions don't come off.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. And so you get all these little like nooks and crannies that it's really hard to visually inspect. But you take those and it's like a giant Q-tip, and you just swab down and then stick it in the solution. And I mean, I don't rely on them, and we haven't even had them for probably a couple of years. We tried them just to see. I think we got them as a sample or something.
Yeah.
But I was impressed.
That was pretty cool.
Impressed. I don't, like I said, I wouldn't rely on it in place of an inspection,
Yeah.
but as like a confirmation thing.
Yeah.
Then I went back. I did it on like a house that we did a bed bug treatment on. We always, you're doing follow-up inspections and stuff. Well, I went back like 6 months later and tested again, and it was negative. And I'm like,
Nice.
that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I want to
Nifty.
check that out just for fun.
Right?
Yeah. Like that we never, I think we, like I said, I think they were given to us as a sample, a freebie.
Yeah.
We got a box of them somehow. So I was like, well, we got them. We might as well play with them.
Yeah, might as well.
Heck yeah.
That's how we discovered the Redesco. We got a couple of the little sample packs from our rep. And he's like, here, give these a try. Oh, okay. I ended up using it on an ant job and worked pretty well. Brandon ended up using the other pack on a roach job. That one was just done a few days ago. Actually, yesterday, I believe. So I don't know on that one yet. But according to Alex Shelby, the shit works really well.
I've been using it too. It's
Yeah.
pretty cute.
Yeah. And as I say, Brad loves it too.
Well, Natalie, just for everybody listening too, Natalie just told us she has immense experience in the industry. So if you ever need like something to throw off of, especially Pestrogen ladies, she's prevalent in Pestrogen. We thank you for all your insight and love.
Yeah.
It's been
I'm excited. I'm glad you guys invited me tonight.
Yes.
It was so much
We
fun.
love having like just like off the cuff people, nobody that's like super huge or have been on a billion other podcasts. It's fun to just get to know, especially our Pestrogen ladies, on just like a more personal level instead of just typing it all out. Hey, what are you doing? How long have you been doing
Right.
this? What got you started? It's just fun.
Yes, and the people that make posts in PCHD, Pestrogen, all the different groups, and it's like, I would love to get to know them. Like,
Right?
so this is awesome. Next week, we are taking a Thanksgiving hiatus. So,
Yes.
Natalie, we hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You guys
Yeah.
too.
Thank you. And
We will have Thanksgivings.
there you go. That's what's up.
I will too. I will have Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, and then I will have Friendsgiving with my friends that are now family. We all go over and have it over. So yeah, that'll be Thursday and then Saturday. I don't have to cook as much on Saturday, so I'm okay with it.
Heck yeah. I need to figure out the second one, Dan.
Go to Brad's.
Right? I have to call up some people. You want to do a Friendsgiving? Everybody else is having two.
Like I said, I don't have to cook as much on the second one, so I am
Right.
so okay with it. Plus, we didn't get one at all last year with Brandon's stomach issues, so
Yeah. There
now we got to
go.
double it up.
for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
and this is like
thankful-
his favorite holiday because of
That's
the
awesome.
food.
Right. We're thankful he's feeling better for it this year.
Yes, me too. Thank
Mhm.
God.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to another episode of Pestrogen Podcast. And with that, I think
Go out and kick some ass.
that one.
There you go.
Every time.